Smash this, type it in, type it in, type it in, type it. Listen to me, take my tips, and do it, please. What's up? It's your boy Trillaatroy. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, what's up? My name is Trillaatroy, and welcome. While you're already here, why don't you go ahead and give this video a like, a comment, and a subscribe. That would really help me out a lot. And as you read about today's title, I'm going to be giving you the best tips that I think you need to stay organized in college. So if you want to know what they are, then just keep on watching and go ahead and cue the thing. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be giving you organizational tips for college, but some might even just call it life. So let's go ahead and get into it. Something that I want to start off by saying, and something that I feel like that will really help you in the long run, is being able to separate your personal life, your extracurricular activities, and your academic life. So making sure that these don't really merge together or like clash pathways is something that will really help you out a lot. So I'm gonna basically give you tips on how to stay organized. So the first thing I want to go ahead and start off by saying is you want to make sure that you are labeling your folders, your binders, or whatever you're using to write in notebooks or whatever. Make sure you're labeling them for whatever you are using them for their purpose. And also something that is really helpful when organizing and making sure that you stay organized in the future is color coding. I know so many times, so many people, they start off so strong by labeling things and color coding, and then like a few weeks later or even 2 or 3 months later, they forget their whole system of why they started organizing in the first place and they become disorganized. But I feel as long as you stick to color coding, having a certain color for each class, that's what I do because I'm a little OCD. So each class has a separate color for me, or each specific activity or something has a certain color for me. So I know when I look at my calendar, this color means this. And so, oh, I have this today. Oh, I have to do this. I see that color. It's automatically like a recognition for me in my mind when I see the color coded system. And also labeling is just very easy for you to identify, okay, this folder has this, this, and this in it. I should only put this information in this set folder. So when you go to look for something up, I know it's in this folder and it's already there. And I color code my folders as well, if you were asking, which you probably were. So as I said, I do use a planner. So personally for me, I really enjoy the paper and pen part of planning. So I'm gonna actually show you my old planner. I just ordered my new planner, so I'll show that in another video once it comes. I'm a little late to the game, but let me go grab my old planner and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so for my old planner, really, I just got it from Target, but it is a Day Designer 2019-2020 planner. This has my life in it. Really and literally, I could not live certain days without my planner because I mean, I don't have bad memory, but certain things I just couldn't remember if I had a lot going on that weekend. I'm just like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something right now. What am I supposed to be doing? But one of my favorite parts about this planner, let me go to an empty page. Don't think I have any empty pages actually. Oh, yep, I do at the very beginning because I didn't use it at first because I didn't have it in the month of July. But I really enjoy this to-do list checklist over here, and then how you have space to actually write what you want to put in it. So that is why I really like this planner. And obviously lots of planners have different layouts, so what you really want to do is you want to look and see what layout is going to help you be most productive. For me, this is the layout that helps me be most productive, but it honestly is up to you and what is personally going to help you out. But I guess just going through this old planner, it came with stickers, but I mean, I'm not the decorating type for my planner, so I don't really use stickers. I do use this like sticky note type thing right here to just mark the page as I go through. As you can see, it has this particular one has the months on the side. This is kind of like a little, I guess, planner review. I really enjoy it. You have like backspace for notes and things of that nature. It gives you like a list of the holidays, so that is really nice as well. And I ordered this exact planner, just a different design because I didn't have this design. And honestly, the planner that I ordered wasn't my first choice in design, but I just went ahead and ordered it because I really need one. It's already July, well, the end of July now, and I don't have my planner for the next year yet. So yeah, But if you do not prefer the paper and pen method, you can download an app. You can use the Google app. I'm gonna list a few apps down below that you can use and download if you want to. I know a few of the apps that I am gonna list down below. A few of my friends in college have used them and they really enjoyed them. So like I said, if it works for you, that is great. But for me personally, I need pen and paper. I can't really do the whole digital calendar, digital planner thing. It just doesn't work for me and it's too complicating. I like where you can just write on the line. Writing it down is just much easier for me. So like I said, it's up to you. Next, I want to say, and I feel like this goes without saying, but stick to your plans. If you wrote down you're doing homework for a certain amount of time, or you have like these 3 things to get done today, hold yourself accountable and make sure that you do them. So one thing that I do, if I write something down for the week, or I write something down, oh, I have to do this for the day, oh, I have to do this for the day. By the end of the day, I need to be able to go to my list that I had for the day, and I need to be able to cross off the majority of those things. That's when you have the luxury of doing that, when you get your stuff done on time and you don't procrastinate. I'm not gonna be hypocritical. I procrastinate. I feel like everyone procrastinates. It's hard not to, but it helps you not procrastinate as much when you have a planner and you are holding yourself accountable to making sure that you are crossing off everything on your to-do list for that day. Another tip that will really help you, even if you aren't in college, if this is just you're watching this video and you have a job, write down your daily schedule. So if you have a daily class schedule, write it down, take a picture of it, keep it in your phone, or keep it in something that you know you will always write with you. For work schedule, I mean, unless you have like different hours, say you work morning shift, then you work like day shift, then you work night shift some days, like then you can write down, okay, this day I work this shift, this day I work this shift. But if you have like a traditional 9 to 5 job, then you pretty much have standard hours every day. So yeah. Something that will also help with writing down your schedule and, you know, keeping that consistent and maintaining it is having a specific day to plan, like having I call it like a planner's moment. Normally my planner's moment would be on a Sunday between 3 and 5. Yours doesn't have to be a specific time. I'm just really particular with my things, but it could be a specific day, like every Monday before the week starts. That's why I did Sunday before the next week starts. But you can say every Sunday I'm going to write down everything I know I have to do this week, everything I know I want to get done. And then as the week goes on, of course, you're going to add more things that come onto your plate, but at least you already have the base of, okay, I have to do this, this, and this day. You already have a general idea. So that is something that will really help as you receive assignments, or say as you receive different shifts, sorry, I can't speak, or you pick up different shifts. Don't delay in writing it down, because I've noticed, or for me personally, like I said, I'm not a very forgetful person, but this has happened to me before where I will want to write something down and then I don't write it down immediately, or I wait and I'm like, okay, I'll remember, I'll write it down later. And then when I go to write it down, I'm like, what was I supposed to be writing down again? Like, I can never remember. And then it comes to me like hours later, or like a day or two later. I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to write this down and I have to do this now. So go ahead and write it down to relieve yourself stress from forgetting, because our minds aren't perfect and we will forget some things. It's inevitable. So just go ahead and write it down. It's gonna help you in the long run. Listen to me, take my tips, and do it, please. So kind of like this last point, I feel like it is important to set a routine schedule. So like I said, every Sunday between a certain time period, I said, okay, this is my planning period. In my planner, you know, this day I want to work out between this and this time I have available. So I'll carve out some time to make sure that I was holding myself accountable and working out and doing that. So you can literally carve out a snack time. I don't know, carve out a nap time, carve out cardio, workout time, carve out reading time, carve out any time that you want to put in your to-do list and you want to do. Just make sure you're getting what you need to get done first before you carve out all of these other extracurricular personal life things. And also an important question for you when you are evaluating your planner and when you're evaluating what to kind of do, ask yourself, when am I most productive? And you want to really focus on that most productive time period and make sure that you do your work during that most productive time. And you just have to make sure you schedule your time wisely, that you are getting your work done between that time period. you're getting enough sleep and you schedule your classes later in the day so you are getting enough sleep, but you're still able to stay up as a night owl and do your work, or say your most productive time periods. And I saw a video where someone was like, oh, I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning to do my work before I go to school, and their most productive time period was from 6 a.m. to like 4 p.m. Make sure you're just getting your stuff done. It's all a personal thing, so you want to make sure whatever you are scheduling for yourself during your most productive time period, you're actually going to get it done, and you know you're putting your best foot and your best work forward. Another thing to staying organized, which you will realize will help you a lot, is having a system of the way you do things, having to put things in certain places so you remember where you put them, taking notes in a certain way so you know what you're talking about or what the professor was talking about when you go back to read those notes. No one wants to see notes where they write them down in class and then you go back and you're like, I wrote this so shorthand, I don't even know what this says. Like, then you have to end up asking your friend for notes because you can't read your own notes. So make sure you have a system of taking thorough notes and how to understand your notes, because that's very important. This is a really productive tip. Hear me again. This is a really productive tip that can help eliminate procrastination. And it is setting your own deadlines. So if you know you have something due on, let's say today's Monday and you know you have something due on Friday, majority of students, not gonna lie, I've done this myself, will wait till Thursday night to get that Friday assignment done. But the smart thing and the right thing to do would be prioritize your time and set the deadline for, say, Wednesday. Say it's an essay, set the deadline for Wednesday so that way you have time to read over it, reread, make the final edits or whatever, or say Thursday, the day before, make the final edits or whatever, and so you have plenty of time in case something does happen where you can, you know, get it done again and turn it in on time. Mini story time. Ooh, look at me. This happened to a friend of mine. This is a positive example where she had done the essay a day before, finished it, she was getting ready to turn it in. I think she said she went to go like eat dinner or whatever. She saved it on her computer, but she went back to open up the document and get ready to turn it in. And her essay, it deleted. And it was like a 5-6 page essay, but it completely deleted. And I was just like, how does that happen? It's possible, it happens. But her essay deleted. Luckily, she had enough time when she stayed up literally all night writing the paper. She was able to then rewrite what she knew from memory and use her research to rewrite kind of the same paper and get a good grade on it still. So that's a positive example where if you waited to the last minute, like 2 or 3 hours before the assignment was due to do it, and then you get ready to turn it in, and let's say your computer blacks out and it doesn't save your essay. Now you have to take a late break because you decided to do it last minute, and now you have to redo it. Just a little mini story time I wanted to share with you. This next one is really important, but it's when you find yourself getting off task or getting distracted, put the distractions away. Make sure you are regaining your focus and paying attention to what you have to pay attention to, no matter if it's reading, doing work online, solving math problems on the computer, I don't know. Just regain focus and do your work. It's easier said than done, obviously, but you need to make sure that you're practicing self-discipline in that way. Also, something that helps me out is scheduling my breaks if I am studying for 3 or 4 hours at a time, sometimes 8 or 9 hours at a time. You want to schedule breaks. So when I say schedule breaks, sometimes I do this sporadically, and sometimes I actually write down, okay, I'll have a break at this time, I'll go eat lunch at this time. But when I say sporadically, you look at your time, set a timer, say, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, and you hold yourself to that 5-minute, 10-minute break. And as soon as that break is over, you get back into doing your work. So many times we tell ourselves, okay, I'm just gonna take a quick 10-minute break, and that scroll turns from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, and next thing you know, it's been an hour and you're just like, wow, I was supposed to be working and I just completely got thrown off task. So that way you want to make sure you're staying on task and away from distractions. And sometimes turning those distractions off completely and just leaving them in your room or leaving them at a certain place helps a lot as well. I feel like this next one should also go without saying, but adults really don't do this, so how do we expect kids and young adults to do this? But it's be prepared. If you know you have to read a chapter by tomorrow, have the book with you if you go to the library to read. If you have to do stuff on the computer, have your computer with you. Something for me, I study in the library a lot, so when I go to the library, I make sure I'm prepared with my books, my pens, my pencils, my papers, my planner, snacks. I shouldn't have to leave the library for anything. Make sure you're prepared with whatever you may need, literally whatever. Now, this is specifically for college, but make sure that you are keeping your syllabus because your professors provide a lot of information, especially about when things are due and which assignments count for what, like percentage or something like that. You will always find yourself referencing back to the syllabus for different policies that the professor may have and all of that. So make sure that you keep your syllabi with you and, you know, always have them around. Also, keep a to-do list of things that you have to do for that day. If it's assignments, like I said, I plan my things out ahead of time, but also for that specific day, if you receive something or you have errands to do, make a to-do list of things you have to do besides your personal things. That's why I said make a personal, extracurricular, and also academic schedule to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable in all of these different scenarios and making sure that they don't really merge. Another big part of organization, when you think about it, it's knowing where you put your things. Make sure you're remembering where you put your stuff and you have like a system of staying organized. So you're like, okay, I put this here, this here. When you get something out, make sure you put it back in that same exact spot so you remember for the next time. It's easy that way. All right, and down to the last 2 tips is have a motivated mindset. When you find yourself motivated, you find yourself wanting to be organized, wanting to do these steps of making sure that you stay on top of your game and you are ready to ace exams and ready to go to work full force and make that money. Just stay motivated. And also, meditate, do yoga, practice mindfulness and prayer just to give yourself a little woosah moment at times, and making sure that you get enough rest and sleep, because that is very important. Even though as college students, it's very rare that you find people getting the adequate amount of sleep. All right, well, that is the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to give this video a like, a comment, and a subscribe. I did that totally backwards if you just saw those motions. But anyways, until the next video, peace.